Hi everyone, I'm just going to do a quick video for episode 2. I've gotten a really great response, and a lot of people are asking me what I'm doing with my son. So I just wanted to elaborate on that a little bit. I touched on it in the first video, but people are asking for more details. I'm sorry I don't look the best, it's been a long day, but I just wanted to get this out. So when we did get the diagnosis of autism in April of 2016. After being told by the developmental pediatrician that there was nothing that we could do except get him all types of therapies, mainly ABA therapy, and pretty much just deal with it. His, Jack's father and I wouldn't accept that. So we did a lot of research, a lot of reading, and it turns out there are tons of things that you could do. They're looking at autism now as a manifestation of unknown and underlying conditions. For Jack, we tested his allergies, hair, blood, stool, urine, pretty much everything. And we found out that he had an underactive thyroid. It wasn't off the charts, but it was low for, a 2-year-old. So we did that. We found out that he has an extremely low immune system. He was vitamin deficient because he had malabsorption. He was toxic for mercury, lead, aluminum, titanium, cadmium, I think that's how you pronounce it, a whole bunch of different metals. And then we recently found out that he has the MTHFR gene mutation, copy C677T. And what that does is that it slows down the body's process by 20 to 70% of converting folic acid to the active form of folate acid in the body. And that's necessary for your B vitamins, and B vitamins are extremely essential in the body all over. In another video, I will go into detail more about the gene mutation. But for now, that's just the basis of it. And then it screws up the methylation system, the mitochondrial system, the detoxing system. So and we also found out that he, had bad gut bacteria and yeast overgrowth and just a whole bunch of stuff. So one of the first things we did was we went to an integrative doctor in Manhattan, and that's where we got the thyroid tested. He prescribed us a natural compound for 3 months just to boost the thyroid. So that was one of the first things we did. It worked. We got his thyroid tested more recently in the last, month or two, and now his thyroid is at normal levels for, his age, thankfully. Through the allergist, we actually, not only did he test allergies, but he tested his immune system, so his IgG level was dangerously low. It's the immune, so we supplement with vitamin C. We were told that he had no food allergies, but he had an allergic reaction to eggplant, so I don't know how accurate that was. We did get him tested through another integrative doctor in Long Island, and we found out that he's allergic to, a couple environmental things. Dust, who isn't allergic to dust? But dust, a couple different kinds of grasses. It's mostly summertime allergies. So he gave us a nose spray to use, but we didn't use it just because it's hard to get nose spray in a 3-year-old. So, we passed on that. It's environmental allergies. It happens. We'll deal with it in the summer. We have more important things to deal with now. We found out that his vitamin D level was only a 16, which is extremely low. And vitamin D deficiency, I would say, these are actual numbers, but, a very, very high percentage, say 80% of the population have it. I was vitamin D deficient during my pregnancy. I don't know if that had anything to do with my son being vitamin D deficient, but he's vitamin D deficient. It was a level 16, so we started supplementing with vitamin D. Now, if you supplement with vitamin D, you also have to use vitamin K, because vitamin K latches onto the D in the body, and it brings it where it needs to be, like bones, wherever it needs to be. It helps absorb it. So recent tests show that his vitamin D level has gone from previously to a 16. It's now up to a 50, which is, great. It's not optimal, but we're getting there. So with the gene mutation, there's a couple things you could do. That's up to your doctor. I wouldn't recommend doing anything on your own. Always consult, with a biomedical or a MAPS doctor to help you through, the process. It's a lot better than guessing and doing it yourself. I mean, do your research so when you go into the doctor's office, you know what you're talking about. Because, ultimately you have to be your child advocate and decide what is and isn't going to work for your child. I mean, before all of this, we did, we changed his diet, which is one of the first things that we did before we ever went to a doctor. So we did diet, then we did thyroid compound, we supplemented with vitamins. And, there's an online test that you could take. I believe it's through the Autism Speaks website. I'm not 100% on that, but it's called the ATEC, A-T-E-C. It's a questionnaire that you take yourself as the parent, and it scores your child, like on autism. It's 1 to 49 is mild, 50 to 99 is moderate, and then anything over 100 is severe. So when Jack first got his diagnosis, he scored a 77, which is moderate. To this day, I haven't retaken the test, and I would say in about a month and a half, but the last time I took it, he was down to a 40 due to biomedical intervention. So my son also has yeast overgrowth, and with the stool test, as gross as it sounds, what we did, we sent it in, and what the lab actually does is that they take the stool and they put it in a bunch of petri dishes, and they add things to it to see what counteracts and what the stool, reacts to the best in terms of fighting yeast. So with us, he had the highest reaction to niacin, which is prescribed by a doctor. We haven't used that yet. And also grapeseed extract, which is natural. You could buy over the counter in Whole Foods or, on Amazon, wherever. So we use grapeseed extract. It's helped. We haven't gotten his yeast rechecked yet. We did order another stool test. So that's just the basis of biomedical intervention. In other episodes, I am going to go more deeply into it and explain everything. I'm going to go into, gluten and dairy and why to pull it and, when it hurts, the gene mutations. I will be getting into details. I just wanted to do a quick update and, answer some questions that people have asked me about what I'm doing. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to contact me. My email is Brittany's Kitchen, BRITTANYS Kitchen 08@gmail.com. I will get back to you as soon as I can. I always answer my emails. It goes right to my phone. So please email me if you have any questions or if you want me to do, an episode on something specific. I love hearing from everybody and I love helping people. That's my main goal for this channel, is I want to help people who are being told that, even doesn't even have to be autism. It could be ADHD, it could be eczema, it could be anything. There are things that you could do naturally and not have to deal with steroids for eczema or ADHD medication. I mean, trust, your body, your mind, what your mind tells you, your heart, your gut. Sometimes medication is necessary. But I just truly believe that you should try everything natural first before resorting to medication, depending, on the problem. If, you're having seizures, I highly suggest, going to a doctor and, getting medication. But for something like an autoimmune disease, my son's father has Hashimoto's. So Hashimoto's, all kinds of thyroid issues, autism, ADHD, there are things that you could do naturally. But the most important thing to start with is diet. I strongly suggest you change diet first. Look into that, because food is medicine. So if you go to McDonald's and eat McDonald's every day, your heart's gonna give out. There's just a whole slew of problems, and I just can't believe still to this day driving past McDonald's and seeing a line down the block. I don't get it, but some people choose not to educate themselves or just choose to put blinders on and do what they want, which is fine. It's none of my business how other people live their lives, but for those who are interested in, alternative and getting healthier and helping themselves and helping, their kids in every way you can, I'm here to help. So once again, just email me if you have any questions, and I'll see you in episode 3, where I will be sharing 1 or 2 of my recipes for gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, GMO-free foods. So I'll see you then. Thanks.